Bharatanatyam is essentially a 5,000-year-old ancient Indian dance tradition. It basically encompasses expressions in the form of storytelling, strict dance movements, and also hand gestures.
I was mostly thrust into Indian classical music and art because that's what everyone in the 70s and 80s when you were an Indian American did. So for my parents, it truly was a desire to preserve connection to our ancestral homeland. So I hid that aspect of myself. So what a difference for Sanjna. In utero, she heard music throughout. So I think it was a foregone conclusion that she was going to at least learn some dance. Her own interest in it to take it to the next step, to have an Arangetram, was all her though.
And Arangetram is literally translated to English, it's called Ascent, meaning like ascent to the stage. So it's the debut performance for any Bharatanatyam dancer, boy or girl. And essentially it's just like a 3-hour solo performance. For me personally, I'd heard about so many people that did their Arangetrams and how great they felt and how amazing it all looked on stage. And my own mother, of course, when she did her Arangetram at age like 12. So I was seeing all this around me and I knew this is something I wanted to do. I'm so happy that my parents, put me in class in the first place with Padmini Aunty, which is really cool. So I got to be her first grand student. She sees my mom in me because we literally look the exact same. Like if you looked up a picture of my mom at age 16, I'm sure she would look the exact same. But I got to sort of develop my own relationship with her outside of what my mom and her share, so that was fun.
She had it like so many years ago, Lavanya, and then to have a daughter learn from me and do this was, I think I cannot even sort of describe that feeling, I had. To me, Sanjna, she's very determined and, she makes up her mind, she will do it. I observed in the beginning and I knew that she could do this, I need to feel that in a student before I start training.
Learning the 30-minute piece that is an integral part of every single Arangetram, it's the Varanam, was intense. And that's a huge step in the Arangetram journey because once you learn that entire thing, you can sort of just breathe easier because every other piece will be much more straightforward.
I had no concerns about Sanjna knowing her material and knowing her stuff. The unexpected challenge arose that last week when I had a major illness and had to be hospitalized. So that stretched, obviously, me, the whole family, but particularly Sanjna. The day of her performance, I was essentially just, sitting with a walker. So when I'd go on stage to make my, I think, one speech, I was holding on to her dad, but nothing was gonna keep me away from that moment.
I don't know how we did it. The last minute, the singer had a COVID. We didn't know whether there was going to be an Arangetram the next day. We could have all have collapsed and then hidden ourselves somewhere, but the show has to go on.
Anytime I get a chance to kind of do a performing art, I'm just so happy and I'm so excited. I know nothing can go wrong when I'm on stage, but in the moments leading up to it, that's where it's the scariest. I kind of woke up and I told my mom, I want to eat pasta. Like, I want that to be my meal. So I had pasta and then I went to the dressing room. Vasu, my hair and costume lady who did everything for me backstage, for 2 hours, she was helping me get ready. We were playing music, we were jamming, and that was a lot of fun, and that really calmed my nerves. And then, before I knew it, I was kind of on stage dancing, and that was the best part.
We were so proud that she just, performed her heart out. But there was also obviously a sense of pride that she's continuing on the legacy of our, homeland. There was a sense of relief that, okay, we're finally here. As a person of faith who reads the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, there is, in the main chapter 15, a concept of surrendering to the Lord. And, it's not even just as simple as, surrendering to a deity. You surrender to the destiny. And I clearly remember a moment of just surrendering and watching her and enjoying that moment.
Sum it all up in one word? Oh gosh. I guess beautiful. It's all just so amazing. It all just worked out so well and I'm so happy that I got to do my Arangetram. First of all, learning the dance itself brings you closer to your culture and your faith. Preparing for the Arangetram, it teaches you discipline, right? Discipline and practicing every day to get those steps right. Patience, respect and love, right? That comes from that teacher-student relationship. That's really important. Also, flexibility. So knowing to be flexible and just go with the flow and understand that some things are literally just out of your control was important.
I think she grew a lot in those few days and saw that she could do it. She didn't need me to do this final step. She truly was ready to ascend on her own.